Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. Final game of the season, game number 82 tonight, Montreal. Beautiful day here in Montreal, by the way. And Montreal hosting the Boston Bruins, the President's Trophy winning Boston Bruins, because there's no chance they're not going to win that. And the surprise is that the Bruins they're icing a full team tonight, a full squad. No substitutions basically, or none of the the rookies and whatever. So that's a little bit of a surprise. It could backfire on them if someone gets hurt tonight or whatever. I have the explanation from the coach of why they're doing that. That'll be in my game day news. I've got that for you today, the final game day news of the season, the final game preview of the season, and the lineups, and the final chance for the Guess the Score contest. Guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. And if you're the first one in the chat with that guess, you will win the $10 cash prize directly into your bank account. And this was won last night by Jason LaRose. And second time this season, Jason's won. And he was also the fifth winner this season of this contest. So good luck to everybody. Make a guess. I'll give you mine in a few minutes. And let's see who's here. And then we'll go with some game day news. Habs Guru, hey Guru, thanks for being here for the last show, man. 6-0 Bruins. Pasternak with the first goal. Pasta. I'll do mine when I get to mine. Excuse me. Daryl Adams, 4-2 Habs. Suzuki first goal. And Daryl, the question you're asking me here, we're going to tackle that in the post-game show. So he asked me, who could you see next year from the younger players that will make the Habs team? We're actually going to talk about that in the post-game show. So there is a post-game show tonight. Please check that out. And it's roughly 10 o'clock, but it's about 20 minutes or so after the game, depending when the game ends. If it's on time, like 9:30, it'll be 10 o'clock. If it runs very late, then we'll adjust it. But basically, that's what it's saying. Let's see. I wanted this set up. Oh, my God. Okay, hang on. I got to do this anyway. Hey, Bob Cannon in the house. I wanted to actually, as soon as the thing, I was going to go with the Cannon, and I forgot. Hey, Bob, good to see you here nice and early. Hey there, Red. Jason LaRose, let's see. One last chance for you to make a hat trick, to make it a hat trick on the season. Yes, you got one last chance. 5-2 Bruins. Pasternak first goal. Pete's in the house. Pete the Fist. Pete will be joining me for the game and for the post-game show. So looking forward to that. Standman, 6-2 Bruins. Bertuzzi, a first goal. J-Fed, he'll say 5-1 Boston. Zaka first goal. No worries there, Bob. Filibuster in the house. Let's see, here with your friend B. She's guessing we will win 6-5. Gallagher with the first goal. That's a very bold guess there. I'll give you mine in a minute there. Lucas in the house. Hey, Lucas. Let's go out with a bang. That's what she said last night. All right. No. At this point, if they win, they can sort of why lose that spot on the last night? Now, if they win, I'm fine. But I'm saying, like, really, let them keep that spot, because if they don't win tonight, Arizona can't. Whatever. We don't leapfrog over them but during the game, I'm going to be going for the Habs. Happy birthday to Bob Cannon. Awesome, Bob. What is it, 27 tonight is what I think? He's going to pour his first drink right now. Happy birthday, Bob. Everybody say happy birthday to Bob. I'm not going to sing it because it's your birthday. Why would I want to burst your eardrums on your birthday? Okay, so let's get to some game day news. All right. I don't want to put this. Okay, so Montreal has scored in the 2 games with the Bruins so far 4 goals. Kirby Dach, who's not playing tonight, has 3 of those 4 goals this season versus the Bruins. So it could be very trying for Montreal to get some goals tonight. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean that, that doesn't mean anything necessarily, but it's an omen that's not a good omen. The Bruins will ice their full lineup tonight. And here's the explanation from the coach for why they're doing that. Let's see. Where do I want to pick it up? It's our last tune-up before the playoffs. That's the main reason. We wanted everyone to get reps and get in the rhythm of playing. And you know what? It's what I figured would be the reason. But that could bite them in the ass. You get, like, say the goalie, right? Because Allmark is day to day. I don't know how serious he's out. But if Swayman gets hurt, if one of their big guys gets hurt tonight, it would really be a mistake. But that's their business, not mine. For Montreal, by the way, because I said Swayman's going to start, Monty's going to start for Montreal, and it's going to be, well, I don't think this is actually true now, but it was put out that it's going to be the same lineup for Montreal as versus the Islanders. Here's the reason why I don't think it's true. The Habs have recalled forward Lucas Candata on an emergency recall. He's a little bit of muscle against the Bruins, a gritty, physical, speedy forward. He wins battles, and it's like a reward for his hard work. He's done a good job in Laval. Kind of that, right? Another NHL debut, so that's the 7th for the Habs this season. It'll be his first game ever in the NHL, and I don't know who's out. I don't know. So my lineup, somebody's going to be out. Condot in, because I don't believe he's listed in the lineup. Let's move on. Cole Caulfield contract announcement is supposed to happen by tomorrow, as per GM Kent Hughes, and that was like a couple of weeks ago, a week and a half ago. He said that. So the season officially ends tomorrow. He said before the season ends, we're going to hear an announcement for the contract, and that hasn't happened yet. And I wrote next to it 3:22 p.m. because that's when I wrote it, expecting any minute they're going to make that announcement, and it hasn't come yet. I did that. Monty. No, that's not it. Monty will be heading to the World Championship. Monty will join Team Canada very soon because this is the last game of the season. So great, best of luck to Monty. He's deserving of it, and I hope he just shines there and he ends up being their main goalie and all that. So for all those Monty blows, yeah, well, Team Canada doesn't really think so, and neither do I. So now, last piece there, and I'll get back to you guys. That's what she said last night. Okay, calm down, Rick. David Savard is this year's winner of the Jacques Beauchamp Trophy for the player who played a dominant role without earning any particular honor. And I just think it's a nice way of saying for a guy that played a lot of minutes and didn't really do anything. Is that what they're saying? Like, I don't know. It sounds like that, right? I'm joking because I actually thought Savard had a good season as far as the role he's supposed to play. I thought he did a good job at it, and that's from a guy who not his biggest fan. So, yeah, so he won that. Jacques Beauchamp, if you didn't know, was a sports writer here in Montreal back in the day. Supposedly like a really great guy and all that stuff. So he got this award named after him after he passed away. So there you go. I'm just joking on that stuff about that. But it kind of sounds like that, right? All right, my guess to score for the guess to score contest is I don't know if I have enough goals for Boston. 4-2 Boston because, as you'll see, 2 games so far this season, 4-2. They beat us by 4-2 scores both times. Why not make it 3? I'm giving the first goal because I can do this. To either for Montreal, Sean Farrell, because he's from Boston, and why not? And for Boston, if it's Boston, Pasternak. So I'm going to give Pasta the first goal. Why not? I like pasta. That's it. Okay, let's talk to the channel, and then I got about 5 minutes. I'll do the preview, and then we'll get back to talking. Let me find where was I? Arizona has a winnable game. That's Vancouver. Yeah, but why take the chance? Although, listen, 100%, if they go out and beat Boston, I'm not going to complain. There's no way. So it's not that. I'm just saying, as a fan looking in, I'd rather that they lose. I'm not going to cheer for a loss, no. Is it true they said Monty is the starting goalie next season? That I did not hear this, so no, I don't know. Which would mean no trade for someone like Hart. Well, I don't think there's going to be a trade for Carter Hart anyway. Personally, I don't think that. And if let's put it this way, if Monty goes out to the World Championships and is good, and is really good, say, and they win whatever, and they win. I would think Montreal's going to take notice of that, and I hope the fans are too. So, I don't know. I haven't heard any announcement though. I did see that the announcement for the World Championship thing that he was going to be the starter for that. So maybe that's what you saw. So I don't know the validity of that part. Bob Cannon, you need really good speakers for if you want to listen to me sing. I'm telling you for sure. Final game. Any fights? I'm thinking on Boston's point of view, like why? It's meaningless for them to fight. A guy could hurt himself, break a hand. Like, it's meaningless. So and on Montreal's point, I don't see that either. I think they're just beefing up with Candada. It's a reward and, just to handle the rough stuff, not necessarily fighting. Will there be any fights? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if Montreal's beating Boston, maybe that'll change it, Conservative lawyer, welcome in. Savard was much better than he was last season for sure. He was, and I saw what they see in him, and like he just seemed a lot better this year. Sure, he made some mistakes and all that, but he's also out on the ice a lot. So, Bob, that's funny. Mr. Cannon is my dad too. TSN just announced Landeskog out for the playoffs. Landeskog, that's Colorado, right? That's not good. But Phil says as a fan, the playoffs without Crosby or Ovi is strange. But considering their ages, get used to it because it's gonna happen, right? In any year now, they're both gonna be retired, and so it's a preview to that. Phil, I don't know where you're getting the 3 years. I'm okay with it. Monty's a star. Love him. Super happy to have Monty as a starter for the next 3 years. I personally am too. I have no problem. I think Monty is a starter. I don't think Monty's a backup. What's the best adult diaper brand? Well, that depends. Yeah, I'm not sure. Will there be room for Gallagher on the Montreal roster next season? They're at $6.5 million. There will be. Yeah, they don't have a choice. ABL 4-2 Bruins. Brad Park coming out of retirement and getting that first goal. An assist from Bobby Orr. Lucas Miller. So I guess we will never see Monahan in a Habs jersey. I don't see it. Honestly, I don't see it. few more others, but he is one I would have loved to see more of. If the injuries, like if he'd have played double what he did or something like that, maybe. But I think with 25 games and he couldn't come back and all that. Why are they offering him a contract? Like, I don't see it happening. Now, does that mean it's not going to happen? No, but I don't think so. Unless it's a 1-year deal, under $2 million or $2 million, right around there. Maybe for a year. Next season, it's not going to hurt them again if they have him around. So, but I still don't think it's going to happen. Bob said this at the start of the season. I really think Monty made great strides in his progress toward being the bona fide number one goalie. His calm demeanor and improved positioning will push Allen. Without a doubt. And I just, I just don't understand the people that don't see that. I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand how you could be if you're a huge fan of Carey Price, and then you watch Monty play. Now, he's not Carey Price, and I'm not saying that, but if you don't see some of the things that Monty does, that maybe not as good as Carey, but in those veins, right? He's calm. He's positionally strong and getting better that way. Like, and he's got great reflexes. And he can move, like he moves really fast, side to side. I love his side to side. I see a lot of things that give him 2-3 years, and he's not going to be Carey Price. He's going to be damn good, I think. So, yeah, I'm a Monty supporter. Apparently, Washington wants to rebuild, but Monty doesn't want them to. Not Monty. Ovi doesn't. He said he has no interest in playing for a rebuilding team. I think that's what he said. So yeah. So in other words, like, trade me somewhere else then. But he said he also will not play for another NHL team other than Washington. He plans to retire as a Capital, whatever it means. Listen, do you want to piss off Ovi? You might fall out of a window. I'm not saying Ovi doing it, but he's got friends. I don't know. In all honesty, to make the playoffs 17 years in a row is pretty damn good. I get it. The NHL can be easy to get in, top 8 in each conference, but with the OT extra point standings are always tight. I don't know. Any different? Yeah, maybe they get tighter because, of that extra point. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sorry, Bill. I meant to tell you about it. Like, it happened, not long ago, just about 20 years ago. That's all. It's not that long ago. And, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it. Got Charlie Coyle instead. Calgary media figures Sutter is back because he is due $8 million next year. They ain't cutting that kind of check. Yeah, you got to figure that, right? Kind of thought he wore out his welcome a little bit with the players, though. That could bite them in the ass if they, it could bite them in the ass. But that's what happens. Speaking of Carey Price, do you see him as a potentially being a goalie coach for the Habs? Keep being asked this. No idea. Do I know if he wants to coach? I don't. I have no idea. Red, is that like, are we having a threesome and you want to join in or something? What do you mean by join? Are you coming on in the air? No. You want to join in the conversation? Talk. Sean. Hey, Sean, how you doing? I agree, Rick. Monty might just be the goaltender of the Habs. He is only 26, and with a real team in front of him, I think he will be great. I think so, right? I mean, I do, and he's just entering his prime. His best season should be ahead of him, and I don't think we know yet what his ceiling is. Lucas, yes, Monahan unfortunately has to go, even though it was super fun. The little bit that we saw of him, there will be guys ready to make the jump next year, probably even our draft pick. Yeah, and this is something that we're going to talk about in the post game show. Who are going to be the rookies next season, right? We had a shitload of rookies this year, mostly on defense. Who's going to be the rookies next season, right? Good point there, Bob. If Monty shows well at the World Hockey Championships, we'll see what he like. If he has that, basically, we'll see some of his potential. If you remember, because I think I put it up or mentioned it a couple of times, there was one or two stats that he was top 10 in the league. So he's got potential to be. I'm not going to say he's an elite goalie because we don't know yet, but he's got potential to get there. Yeah, especially when the Habs get better and he's got that better team in front of him. I mean, I think there's some really good potential for him. All right, running behind for my preview. Let's get to that, or else we're going to run out of time. All right. So we got the 64, 12, and 5. It's still not 68 and 12. And 12 ties, no losses in that number. But the 64, 12, and 5 Boston Bruins in town today got the 31, 43, and 6 Montreal Canadiens. Go Habs, go. How to watch the game? Start time 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. No, got that wrong. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And in the Canadiens region, TSN2 in English, RDS in French. And for the Bruins, NESN. And online, I'm watching on Hockey TV to get the game tonight. Season series, January 24th, Boston was in Montreal and beat us 4-2. March 23rd, we were in Boston. They beat us 4-2. So I just seems like they're going to beat us 4-2. Probably not, but that's what it seems like. Last 10 record, Boston, it's not too bad. It's okay. Their record, 9-1-0. It's not bad. I've seen better. And they're on a 7-game winning streak. Just 7 games in a row. They're due for a loss. It's only 7 games. It's not much. Montreal 3-7-0, and they lost their last 2. Home and away record, Boston on the road is 38-2. Montreal at home is 17-20-3. Dominant. Just dominant at home. Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage, 43.1% for Montreal, 30th. 53.3% for Boston, 8th. Goals per game, 2.75 for Montreal, 26th. And 3.65 for Boston, 2nd. Goals against per game, 3.70 for Montreal, 29th. And 2.10 for Boston, 1st in the league. Power play percentage, 16.3%, 28th. It's Montreal, and 22.7% for the Bruins, 11th. So it's a good power play. PK percentage, 72.1% for Montreal, 29th, and 87.1% for the Bruins, best PK in the league. So, we're up against it. At the dot, 54.5% for the Bruins, 2nd in the league, 48.5% for Montreal, 25th. Shots on goal per game and shots allowed per game. So the on goal per game, 33.1 for Boston, 27.3 for Montreal, and allowed 29.8 for Boston, 33.7 for the Habs. Goalies tonight, Jeremy Swayman for the Bruins, 23-6-4, 221 goals against, 922 save percentage, 4 shutouts, and for Montreal, Monty's back in nets, 16-18-3, 338 goals against, 903 save percentage, no shutouts. I do believe Allen will back him up, as they definitely want Caden Primo to be rested for a very important Rocket game tomorrow. Players to watch over the last 5 in points, Pasternak with 9, Matheson with 5. Goals, Pasternak with 4, Armia with 3. Still riding at one game. He's riding it. Assists, both with 5, Pasternak and Matheson. And plus minus, Carlo plus 6 and Matheson plus 1. Team leaders, Pasternak leading in goals for the Bruins. with 60, and Caulfield still leading just by 1 now over Nick Suzuki with 26 points. Pasternak 111, Nick Suzuki 65, not 60. It's probably because of when I got this last night, I guess, but it's 65 points. Average time on ice, Hampus Lindholm 23-13, Mike Matheson 24-38, and wins Ullmark 40, and Montembeault 16. Bottom 11 from 11 down: St. Louis, Vancouver, Detroit, Washington, Philadelphia, and Arizona. And then Montreal, San Jose, Chicago, Anaheim, and Columbus. Boston top 5 scoring: Pasternak 60 goals, 51 assists, 111 points. Marchand 21 goals, 45 assists, 66 points. And Bergeron 27 goals, 31 assists, 58 points. Pavel Zacha 21 goals, 36 assists, 57 points. And not in the lineup tonight, David Krejci 16 goals, 40 assists, 56 points. Top 5 for Montreal, even with the guys that are out for the season: Suzuki 25 goals, 40 assists, 65 points. Doc 14 goals, 24 assists, 38 points. Caulfield 26 goals, 10 assists, 36 points. Hoffman 14 goals, 20 assists, 34 points. And Matheson 8 goals, 26 assists, 34 points. But that's only in 47 games. I believe his prorated numbers are 72 points. I don't know the split, but 72 points if you prorate his numbers. A monster season for Mike Matheson, whose previous high was 31 points, I think in 77 games, I want to say. So a monster season. Way to step it up on Mike Matheson, right? Anybody who say trade Mike Matheson? Are you kidding me? It's a 70-point defenseman. Anyway. I still got more. Boston lines, how they're going to kill us tonight: Bergeron, Marchand, and DeBrusk. Zacha, Bertuzzi, and Pasternak. Coyle, Hall, and Foligno. Frederick, Greer, and Hathaway. Orlov, McAvoy, first pair. Lindholm, Carlo, next pair. Grzelcyk and Clifton, the next pair. And Swayman and Nets. Habs lines: Suzuki in between Hoffman and Armia. Drouin, Farrell, and Gurianov. Evans, Pitlick, and Gallagher. Tierney, Pizzetta, and Teasdale. Matheson and Barron. Edmondson and Weidman. Kovacevic and Allard. And Monty making the start. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I got 12 minutes until I got to go. So 12 more minutes, and that's the last pregame show of the 2022-23 season. It's a night of very mixed emotions. You know, I'm happy the season's over, and I'm sad it's over. So anyway, I'm not going anywhere, so nobody worry. I ain't going anywhere. Got lots of projects, lots of things happening. Let's see what you guys thought about all that. Let's see. The thing is, if we can't get rid of contracts, some of the guys playing now won't make the team. No, this is true, and this is I think a lot of people think, wow, they're going to be gone. We can get rid of them. Really? Armia is going to be easy to get rid of. Even Hoffman, not easy. No, with term left on the contract. Although next season Hoffman is in his final season on that contract, so trade deadline time maybe. If not, anyway, the end of the year. Armia's got 2 left. So I don't know who they're going to be able to move. It all depends. If they get one of the top centers in the draft, Dvorak's going to be probably, available. So, and if they get Dubois, which I don't think is going to happen, same thing, right? So we'll see. Is that a championship game there, J-Fed, for the women's hockey? Canada's women beating Sweden 2-0 right now. I don't know where in the game it is. Well, BL, if he'll take minimum, like when you say veterans minimum, I don't know what are you saying that is, but if he'll take like $1 million for a show me one season, Habs might sign him to that, and that makes sense because there's no risk to a contract like that, But once you get $2 million or more, in a tight year with that Gallagher contract on the books, it becomes a problem. But he's going to have to kind of sign a show me deal, right? If he would have come back, say for even 5 games, maybe not, but now he's going to have to sign a show me deal or even a tryout to get a job. Like, I don't even know. But maybe the injury, like maybe he decides that he retires. I don't know. But he's only 28. He's still young. Lucas says he's hoping for a jump in skill for Slav next season. He has shown great sparks. Needs to find a way to keep inconsistent and play his game. Yeah, well, he's vowed to be. I don't know what the word is exactly, how he put it, but to be better and more adjusted to the North American and NHL game. I think that's paraphrasing, but I think that's what he said. Javed, I tend to agree with you that way, and I don't see why Montreal will do that. Again, unless end of the season or off season's coming near an end, or they're in training camp, an injury, or they still looking for somebody and he's willing to take league minimum for a season. I don't see otherwise. Yeah, Bob, that's exactly what I said, right? He's not elite yet, but it doesn't mean that he won't be elite one day, right? But he's got to start showing it, right? And that's a perfect place for him to start showing that and getting some good international experience, a huge stage and an important role, hopefully, for that team too. So, yeah. Bob's saying Boston 5, Montreal nothing. Bobby Orlov. What's his first name, really, Orlov? But Orlov with the first goal. David Robinson, good to see you before the end of the season, buddy. I'm fearful that the Bruins' desire to set a new win record is not sufficient to overcome the Habs players' natural desire to win. Excuse me. Also, if the Bruins rest their top players, we could see an upset. No, they're not resting anybody. So, yeah, they're coming here with their full team looking for a win. Montreal's, I don't know that they may be able to stay with them for a while. I don't see them being able to beat them. Who's in nets for the Habs? Paul Duffy. Monty's in nets. And what do you mean by third? I'm not sure what you mean. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? Yeah, we were just talking about that. At their age, get used to it because, I am here. Hey, Mary Jo, 4-2 Boston. Foligno with the first goal. Awesome. Monahan played his junior hockey in Ottawa. That's why I was thinking maybe Senators. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what team. If a team wants Montreal's draft pick from Florida, they have to take Armia and or Hoffman. Now, that would have more pull if Florida didn't make playoffs, but it's a little late for that. It's 2-1 in the quarterfinal, second intermission in Brampton. That's for the women's championship there. Awesome. Thanks for the update there, JFed. There you go. So, I got about another 5 minutes, and then I got to take off for 20 and do stuff and be back for the hangout for the game. And then we're going to have the post-game show after, so hopefully you'll join us for that as well. And we'll try to have some fun, most of it. And at least, and break down some of the game and the season, talk about shit, whatever you guys want to talk about. It'll be fine. And I've got a few things to talk about, but we'll see how the game goes. What's for supper? I don't know. I think I'm not much because I'm going to be working till midnight, so probably not much. I should have cooked something today, but I just didn't. I had my pregame meal, but I don't think I'm going to have a postgame meal. So probably like toasted peanut butter because it's just easy and I don't have to cook. So there you go. Yeah, when we do the post-game show, it's just so late when I'm done, and I don't have time to eat. Once I start the pregame show, no time to eat. Beef roast and rib roast, cheap right now. Really? I don't know. I saw it. I mean, it's cheap for that stuff, but it's not cheap for my budget. I cook like that. Well, I'm alone. I'm not gonna cook whole, things like that. So I cook it in smaller pieces, right? But I cook like that. I'm just saying it's tonight. I didn't really prepare for whatever. I had a good meal, like a late lunch, and that'll do. And I'll have something small after. It's not a big deal. Believe me, I'm not gonna pass away from not eating. Yeah, well, enjoy it, JFed. I'm definitely going to be here. How could you not watch the last game? See you at the next show there, Bob. Great birthday, and keep your stick on the ice and up if you can, because the wife always likes that. I know she told me last week. Well, got a couple of minutes if you want to say something. If you don't, I'm going to take off. That's all there is to it. I've got nothing to add. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm hoping it's at least not a boring game or not a blowout, and that if it could be just as as fun as last night's game. Pace was great, and it was a playoff atmosphere, and if we could have that out of tonight, whatever the way it ends is fine with me. How long I've been doing this? Let's see now. I started the channel in December of 2018. This is though the end of my third season of doing the games full time, like doing all the games. So 3 years doing this, but I've been doing the channel for a little over 4. Taves' last game is a Hawk tonight. Yeah. Do I see him playing next season? It depends on his health, right? I don't know. I know it depends on his health. If he has a setback, no. If he doesn't, why not? Some team will sign him up. It'll be up to him. Ray. My nutty dog. She sees a dog out there. It's summertime. All right. So I'll let that be the goodbye. Thanks, everybody. Ray, stop it. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Thanks, everybody, for being here all season. It's been great. I've had a blast, and I'm going to miss this like big time. It's going to be nice to have a schedule that's kind of free and open, but at first it's kind of tough. Now we'll still have at least 2 shows a week, Wednesday and Saturday. Those won't go away, and we're hoping to add a podcast in there, probably bi-monthly to start with. But I'm not going away. None of us are going away. We'll be around just less often. That's all. And I'll have some videos out and stuff. I'm working on a few right now. So there you go. Thanks for being here all season. And yeah, I mean, without you guys, what am I even doing, right? So thanks, and see you next show. Yeah, I don't want to get all teary-eyed, so I'm going now before that happens. Stay safe out there till I'm back. Peace out, y'all, and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks for being here. Ciao, everybody. Keep your stick on the ice.